terrible versus Marth. Because Marth has big sword, how are Icy supposed to get in? And they can't wobble you because you're on the platform and you're spacing. But nowadays I think that it is seen as much more close to even. I think a lot of Icy's think that this matchup is not too bad. I think it's one of those matches where if Marth has like a substantial lead, he can make it kind of miserable. But if he doesn't, then you can kind of like force stalemate situations with Blizzard where it's hard for him to really get in there without like, you know, risking getting grabbed or just being put in a bad slot in general. So if you're at even or if you're up as Isus, then you can definitely make stuff happen. Nikki has beaten Zane before. Slug has done very well versus Kodorin. So, you know, it's noted at top level that, you know, Isus can definitely make this happen. But like I said, Gibblez is intellectual, so we'll definitely see some good adaptations. I think that the thing that I would say is Gibblez's biggest strength is playing that mid-range. Making you think like you're close enough to swing, and then you just, you know, you reach IT just trying to reach that.
How does Marge separate Coco?
I think typically there's not really like a way that you can just like separate them like, you know, really easily like a fox drill or whatever. I think it's more so just like you hit a tipper fair and then they kind of go in like a little bit different and then you kind of hit like, you know, from there. Or like a tipper down tilt might only hit one of them, or like, you know, Coco might tech or something.
So there's no reliable way.
Like that. Yeah. I don't think that there's like one way that just like always splits them up. You can probably get some weird stuff to happen with Nair too, if I had to guess. And then obviously you can grab, but that's very risky as Marge.
Yeah. You have to immediately leave, bro.
Yeah. Anything other than that, you're risking a lot. You can do like a mix-up, like, oh, you like pummel a couple times, but like still very risky because after each pummel you can get like you can probably get hit for it. But yeah, I mean, Gibblez was looking to be in the deficit, but then got the stock lead and just kind of, you know, not look back. And this is the tough thing about Dreamland, is like it's really good if you get the lead as either character, because there's just so much space and like it's gonna be harder for you to kill them. And this is just one of those matchups, like a lot of the characters, that their best thing is like being able to space really well against ICs. It turns out that it's a lot harder to space when you also need to force the issue and make something happen and go in. It's a lot harder to just always space correctly around them, especially when Blizzard is so strong.
Who you got, bud? 2-0 for you.
Yes.
Alright,
you have made it into a final bracket.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, I guess the other person will find me then.
Yeah. So I guess we can just put like a little check mark.
Yep.
That was
Crust.
That was SG?
Yeah, that was SG.
Put a giant X.
Yeah, Marth's big sword makes this very doable.
Choice.
Yeah, Marge barely like sliding off at the end there, and you know, actually ended up in the special fall, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I think honestly, like this whole game has kind of just been like, you know, what I've been talking about, where it's just hard for Icy to like close the gap if the Marth is playing like patient and is, you know, really spacing very well, because they just like, Icy's are a little more stubby, and they really would rather like have their little fortress where they can do like their desync mix-ups. It's a lot harder to do like, you know, desyncs to kind of box Marth into a corner when you're approaching.
I noticed it was getting a lot off on these, like, after Marge, right? He's just going to the platform.
Yeah. And
Marge is going to approach. Nana will always kind of slide forward and just take percent from Marge.
Yeah.
Just resetting.
Yeah. And that's the kind of safe trades that you can do when you're in the lead, right?
Yeah.
But that being said, I mean,
you just have to respect it. It's like Sheik Shino Storm. You just have to leave.
Yeah. You shoot the ice blocks and that's about it.
Yep. Wait your turn.
Oh, it doesn't get either of them. That's huge. If Marge can resync here, then, you know, one grab could potentially be a lot. Marth is a down throw, down airable character. Oh, but the up throw actually, I think, put Pogo out of range to do the uppy save. So this is Soko versus Marth.
We'll try to close it out, maybe.
Yeah, and this, you're kind of getting the Luigi treatment, right? Like, it's pretty hard to land with your poor aerials dressed against Marge. Hell, it's hard for me to land as Puff. Like, you know, it's brutal out here. Yeah, 160.
Yeah.
And, yeah, no jump, so... I think Marge thought he had a jump, so he was going to try and sweet spot, but
Yeah.
with no jump, there's not really much you can
Might
do there.
just side B
Yeah.
and get F smashed.
But yeah, so this is flex, so they can go wherever they want.
Going
So,
FD.
yeah, we're going FD. That's what that means. I wasn't gonna say it in case Marge just like picked something different, but like
We're going
and that could have been a kill if Nano was in the right spot. But hey, I mean, that's a whole lot. That's 66%. And now, if you get a grab anywhere, you can put Martha in a bad position by doing a little bit of wobbling into a or nobbling into a forward smash. Just get him off stage, or just up smash. At this point, honestly, the up smash can just kill. Yeah, Pogo kind of in the Soap Operas Marth matchup. He's kind of played with the classic floaty thing where Marth just gets like a weak hit fair and just can get like 3 more after it at almost any percent, almost any DI. It's just very tough when you're not a fast faller to get out of that because the fair is just so fast.
Yeah, I don't think Marge wants to be in the air at all in this matchup, right?
Yeah, absolutely not. I think the only time you want to be in the air is if you're like directly below Marth, I feel like. Because then the up air is pretty good. And you know, it's hard for Marth to contest like right below him because down air does work, but like it's like not a lingering hitbox at all and it's very risky. But yeah, preferably Marge is in a lead on the ground, desyncing with Blizzard. That's what I would say. No.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
safe.
actually that was a good choice of what he was going for a combo because it sent Gibblez up while it sent Marge down, so it kind of like, you know, he could get Nana relatively safely, which is big because you know now you get a kill off the grab if you get it while they're synced. And your boss killer. Oh no, went for the cross block. Oh my god, how did?
Man, it's so mad.
I think maybe it was like right before she was able to double jump.
Yeah.
But I think it might have been that she just double jumped, so she like got herself out of range or something. But
I thought it was because she was still in tumble.
it could have been. I didn't see the exact time. But yeah, Gibblez just has been able to close out their first stock, like, but it's pretty close. But then like the lead itself has just been making such a big difference in this set.
It was getting grabbed and you can hear the controller like licking from me.
Come over here. So when you know when Sai's getting grabbed, and you know if you're on the same floor of the venue as them.
It is a nasty sound.
Yeah, this is a really tough position. You really just like, I mean, you're probably just gonna die here. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Sopo is kind of annoying to edge right, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not saying it's like not doable, it definitely is, but like, every now and then you just like barely, you know, your move barely whiffs, or like you just get hit by one of the like random like hitboxes. Yeah, Gibblez really getting down to business this game. And I feel like Marge has just not really been able to get like the synced up grabs to get those big damages, you know. Even then, the power shield actually ended up hurting by pushing Marge too far away. And now Nana's dead, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him at all.